Boom! We are live. We are live. Victor's bumping the mic here a little bit. Welcome to 2.5 Oyajis.
Sorry, ran here.
Victor, did you just break wind?
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
I just
heard like a squeak and an explosion. I don't know what to think. Welcome to 2.5 Oyajis. We are back as usual. We are coming back on Saturday nights when there's a good reason to come back, and we have an excellent reason tonight. And that reason is we have JaDan with us, a new J-vlogger, new breed of J-vlogger, joining us from Akashi, from Kansai, right?
Yeah, that's right. Out in Kansai, in Akashi, where the only thing here is octopus, basically.
Only thing there is octopus.
Yeah, it's like famous for octopus for some reason. I don't know. Yeah. They love it here.
Okay, so if you're into octopus, this is like it's like as sheep are to New Zealand, it's like octopus is to Akashi, I guess.
Yeah, I wonder if they have the same jokes about Akashi people. Maybe.
Well, seriously, you talk about Japanese and their octopuses. I'm sure you could go into a lot of common jokes. So, Victor, how are you doing?
Good. I just got the baby to bed, so excuse me for I just rushed here, so I'm a little.
I can see the stress, eye bags, and the look of panic and fear in your eyes about making noise. I can see.
Well, this is boring, but my daughter just turned 1, so we had some kind of ceremony for her. She had to carry a mochi on her back. Have you ever done that? Do you know about this?
No.
When a baby turns 1, in some parts of Japan, you strap 1 kilogram of mochi on the baby's back, and you make him walk around. I don't know exactly what for.
You crazy Nagoya people. I don't know. In Tokyo, we make the kids wear Armani. You know about this?
Oh, that isn't tougher. That's do they walk the runway?
No, well, but then everyone like bullies them, so they have security guards.
All right. Hey, so good to meet you, man.
Yeah.
It's the first time we're meeting for the first time. I've actually never talked to you before, right?
No, like the first time on Twitter recently, I sent you a message, and that's basically the first time. But I've been lurking for ages. I've seen you guys for a while, so.
Yeah, and you actually are not. You're not actually that new. You've been around for a couple of years, right?
Nearly 2 years. Like I came Golden Week 2 years ago, so yeah.
Welcome. Well, very delayed welcome there, but you're JaDan. So why don't we start with your name? JaDan is Japan.
I like it.
Yeah, like okay, so my name's Dan. So like it's not rocket science. Like that kind of sounds like Japan, JaDan. And then the Pikotaro thing happened, which was super useful for explaining to people what my name is. Like I have a Japan, I have a Dan, and then like yeah, like Pikotaro. But the name was first. Pikotaro just straight up ripped me off, basically.
Mm-hmm.
See, being in Kansai, you could explain it like that. In Tokyo, people like stare at you and they wouldn't say anything.
Well, they do that too here, but like I enjoy it, so that's all that matters.
And just tweeting you out just now. Excuse me. Right.
Yeah. Because just put the baby while you tweet out and verbally enunciate the letters that you're typing. I will ask Dan. So, what brought you to Japan nearly 2 years ago? Why are you here?
And from where? Brought you to Japan from Sheffield, was it? Yeah,
Sheffield. You know, like R. Gary, right?
Yeah, R. Gary. Crazy R. Gary. We can get him on the show sometime.
Sheffield's representative and ambassador in Japan, actually.
Yeah, the Japanese Santa Claus, right? So that guy's cool. But yeah, I'm from Sheffield in England, so from northern city. Actually from kind of like a rural-ish kind of area. And I came to Japan, like in England, I finished university and like, what am I going to do in my life? And just ended up in like some call center job and, boring. Like, okay, let's do something. Let's challenge. Let's try something new. I remember just being like sat at work one day and just Googled like English teaching jobs. And the first one that came up, bang, let's go. 6 months later, I'm here. So,
wow.
Yeah.
So it wasn't an interest directly in Japan. It was just kind of looking for some adventure kind of a thing that led you here.
I mean, like, I'd always in the back of my head, I grew up playing like computer games, like video games and stuff. Mm-hmm. And brother's always been into like anime and stuff. So kind of through him, I always had an appreciation. But like, yeah, I mean, in my head, I always kind of thought, yeah, okay, Japan's cool. Like, you see pictures and like, it looks a cool place. So, I thought, well, let's go there. That seems kind of cool.
So if that first teaching job that you found online was in North Korea, would you be talking about how much you've always been interested in the Dear Leader and the philosophies of Juche independence?
I doubt it because I don't think they're really advertising to us foreigners outside North Korea. But I toyed with the idea of Europe, like I was gonna go to Spain or like I was gonna spend a bit of time in Germany or something like. But once I actually saw the advert, it like clicked. I was like, oh, okay, like Japan's cool. I've always had an appreciation for it in a weird way, so like, let's go. Why not?
Yeah.
Well, you've been watching J vlogs on YouTube before you came over, right?
I watched a few. Like once I'd kind of got this appreciation, like, and I thought, okay, maybe Japan.
So you decided, then you decided to do some research.
It was kind of like same time. It was kind of accidental, right? Like,
Okay.
I'd come across like a Chris Broad video before. Broad in Japan, right? Because English dude.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, maybe you've heard of that guy, right? And then through that, you kind of see other people that are doing this kind of thing, and it's like down the rabbit hole, right? Like you find one, and then you find another, then you find another. The next thing, that's all you're watching. So like,
that's true. Yeah.
Oh yeah, what was I saying? I forgot. Yeah, so I came to Japan.
What were you doing in Sheffield? Were you in Sheffield before?
Yeah, I was in Sheffield.
What was your job?
I was working for an ISP, like an internet service provider. Yeah. I started out in like technical support, and then I went more into like the talking to people on the internet and social media side of it. So, but it was like some dead end job I didn't care about, and it's just something to do well because like my background is kind of in music, so I played in punk bands and stuff, and did that, and then the job, and just trying to balance everything,
Yeah. So. What, the school paid for everything for coming out and everything like that?
The flights I paid for. They kind of found an apartment for me. It's like Big A Kaiwa. It's like a conveyor belt, man. Like somebody moved out. I moved in like 2 days later. And it is what it is. I kind of hoped to give me a bit more help. I came in. I didn't really speak Japanese. I didn't really know what was going on. Kind of like, oh, here's a key. Good luck. See you next week. Oh, cool.
Are you still at that same company?
Yeah. Get comfy, don't you? Right? Like I'm just lazy. That's all it is.
Oh, right. Well, they say, yep, well enough though, Why not?
I mean, it was an experience trying to walk into a bank and set up a bank account and stuff with just Google Translate and no help. But you get through it. You learn, don't you? You grow as a person.
So how was that landing in Japan then? Because obviously you weren't one of these people who were like studying Japanese language for 10 years and practicing eating sushi and all this sort of stuff. So what it must have been a bit of a shock.
Yeah, like I came from rural Sheffield, like I said, like
it's exactly like Japan.
And then came to Japan in Golden Week, like Wednesday afternoon or something, I can't really remember. And just looking around at all these people, like, do you not have jobs? Like, what is this place? And just being so overwhelmed like the first couple of days. And you just have that reflection, like, what am I doing with myself? Like, why am I here? But then you stick through it, and then you realize it's kind of cool to be here. Everything's new places and stuff. So,
yeah. So, Victor, do you remember that time when you first arrived in Japan? Do you remember that culture shock?
Yeah, I mean, a long time ago, but yeah, I still remember. I was pretty much high for 9 years. I mean, psychologically, of course, not.
I was like, whatever. No one here is going to tell the cops except for all the people watching YouTube.
For 9 years, I would think, God damn it, I'm in Japan.
I still think that. I've been here 20 years. I still do that.
I've traveled quite a bit. I mean, I traveled around Central South America through really amazing countries for about a year and a half before I came to Japan. But Japan is just, I speak Spanish, so it's not a big deal, I guess. You just get around. And I mean, they're amazing countries, but Japan is just something else. I honestly don't have that feeling anymore. So it's always good to meet new people who still have that, because then it kind of rekindles that feeling again. You think, oh yeah, I kind of
you vicariously get to relive the
yeah. So I think it's always good to see people's videos, and you start, I mean, you could look at them and go, yeah, I've been there, done that. But no, I mean, when I see people's videos and
I apologize. So the shock of landing in Japan. I was just trying to simulate it.
Oh, that's pretty smart.
Yeah. But and I'm looking at your thumbnails, John. To be honest, I've only seen a couple of your videos, but you've got a lot. You've got well, let me ask you. You've got a bit of energy in your videos.
Yeah, cool.
Like when you turn on the camera, I'm imagining you're kind of like me, maybe probably these live shows are more actual me than my videos. But when I turn on the camera when I'm making the videos, I'm like, hey everyone, it's
Yeah,
hey
yeah,
guys,
like, you turn up to 11, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Like nobody wants to see somebody like, oh, hello, I'm in Japan. Like
You'd be surprised a lot of people watch those, but yes.
I know, but like for me, it's like trying to create something. I want it to be something I'd enjoy to watch. And I'm like, for me, somebody who's a bit more animated, like a bit more than just, okay, here is some takoyaki or whatever, you know, just something a bit more entertaining, I guess.
I guess you got a lot of takoyaki in your neighborhood.
Yeah, like akashiyaki is the thing here. Like they just took takoyaki and just gave it our name. I don't really get it, but whatever.
So I'm sorry. What city are you in? Akashi.
It's kind of near like Oyajis, and it's just further west than Kobe. So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're kind of. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. I'm just looking at. Okay, you're not that far away.
No, like I've been to Nagoya like a couple of times, like so.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for the call.
I didn't know you back then.
Okay, I see. You're not that far, but you're not that close either. It's a good hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
Yeah.
Exactly. So did you make videos at all before coming to Japan, or is that like that?
10 years ago, I was really into poker. And I had a channel where, like, you know, like you see him on TV doing like the chip tricks and stuff. And I taught myself how to do this.
Oh, I thought you meant poker, like Weird Al Yankovic. I was.
Oh, no. Like I'm into Weird Al too, but like the other poker.
Okay.
Doing like the chip tricks. And I just put a camera like, this is how you do it. And literally didn't check it for like 8 years. And like some of those videos got like 1 million views and stuff. Like
really?
Card tricks. Yeah, I get that.
Is that on your channel?
Yeah, so long. Like I never promoted it or anything. And occasionally I'd throw up a video or like some music I'd made or something, just like, but I didn't really do it as like a YouTuber kind of thing.
Right.
When I came here, that wasn't my intention at all.
Yeah, we are addicted to the views. We gotta like, how many views did I get? Right?
Yeah, it happens though, right? Like it definitely is like this thing where I started out like portrait mode on my phone, like, all right, Mom, how are you doing today? This is what I'm looking at today. And then, you know, just put it on YouTube because like that's the easiest way to show people. And then you kind of get into it a little more and then a little more. And the next thing you know, it's like, oh my God, my analytics are showing this. And like it becomes a thing rather than just being like, oh, here's a video I made today.
What channel was that on before? Because I don't see it. I don't see it on JaDan.
It's under SKD1337.
That's what I would
SKD1337.
Yeah.
Oh, Elite. I see.
Oh, yeah, that was when that was cool.
Wow, you had dreadlocks?
Yeah, man. Like I cut them off to come here.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I had long hair and I cut them off when I got here. I had hair down this long.
I cut everything off. I mean, I just went completely nuts.
Higo suffered the most.
I really wanted to make sure. I just saw those dreadlocks. I had to go.
Wow, you've got 2 videos over 1 million views, and they're just poker chip tricks.
Yeah, and like they're so bad. They're like 0 editing. I think I just put a title card on it or something like this.
Jesus
like,
Christ! Why did you keep this channel? This is really good.
Because it's like I don't
know.
Got
6 million views on this channel.
But it did get demonetized recently, so there you go. Yeah, but like
do it again. Just make the same video again.
Yeah, I should just re-upload, right? But I don't know. Like I thought, okay, I'm going to Japan. Like new start, it's a thing. Let's go. And just like I kind of wanted to do the thing, like actually concentrate and try and do it, because that was just like 7 years in the wilderness, people watching it. Like for some reason, the analytics show is like popular in like Mexico. I'm like, I don't know why. I never promoted it, but that was a thing.
Mexicans will watch anything.
Even fat dudes from England playing with poker chips. Like I don't get it, but whatever. And yeah, so I thought
I really shouldn't say that. I mean, I'm just often mistaken as a Mexican, so I just pretend. But,
like, I'm going to play the stereotypes.
Yeah, like nothing against Mexicans. Just joking, guys. But wow, that's amazing. So you gave up a channel that had 6 million views on it to start your own. That's almost as crazy as Canada Gin erasing 51 million views off her channel. I
respect the artistic and creative integrity of creating a dedicated channel for a purpose.
Yeah, like,
so that's it. So
that's amazing.
What is JaDan? What's it about? What's the mission?
like I said, when I started, it was just to show my friends and family back home, like all the weird stuff I'm looking at. Like, whoa, they've got this drink called Pocari Sweat. It's weird. You know, like the day one gaijin stuff that people do. And then just realized that, like, a couple of my friends were like, oh, this is cool. You should keep doing it. And then it became a thing. Every week I'm going to put a video up. Every week I'm going to put 2 videos up. And then I met a couple of other YouTubers and I saw what they were doing. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. It's like it's not like a competition, but like trying to keep up with them guys. And then at some point it becomes like a hobby, and then it becomes like, oh, it's a thing that I do, and start to like think about it more. And that's basically how it took off. I'd never had a mission statement. If you look at the early videos, they're just awful. But everyone's are awful when they start, so that's the point. And you know, kind of
pretty much. But people do get better. I recently came across, you know how I came across Hiko, you know this guy. The guy, god damn it, now I forgot his name. Never. He's got a Japanese name, but he doesn't speak Japanese.
Okay.
And he's got Odigo, the Odigo guy.
Oh, Chris Okano.
Yeah, Okano. He doesn't speak Japanese.
He challenged me to a fight on Twitter today. He actually did. That guy, he's like the nicest looking guy. There's a conversation forwarded to me of someone. He was like doing this kind of Blue Thunder type pose with boxing gloves on, and someone on the comment suggested that he should fight me, and he responded, "Laugh my ass off. That wouldn't even be a contest," which I assume, given that he probably knows that I win myself walking up the stairs to the gym, I assume that he was taking the piss. So
I don't think so. I think everyone knows that you do kickboxing.
Cool. Sorry, lost that.
But that guy, well, there's an example of someone. I just popped on his video yesterday, and I hadn't seen him in maybe over a year, and he's really improved. So you really can improve. I mean, and you've got a pretty good presence, Jan. Dan.
I think we're simplifying too much there.
Yeah. So do you think? Well, how have you improved? I mean, can you tell yourself? Look at your initial videos.
I'm the kind of person that when I start doing something, I don't just want to like half-ass it. I want to try and like see improvement in anything I'm doing in life. Like, so of course I went out my way to look what other people were doing. Like, not to copy, just to be like, how is it done? And like seeing what people are doing, and like how can I do that in my own way, kind of thing.
This is an extremely positive thing when done in a creative pursuit like YouTube. It's very bad with things like drugs, and they can be very similar. You start out with the kind of gateway, and then you see, well, they're doing something kind of cool. What are you doing? And you kind of get better and better. But also, it can. Well, Victor and I think both know what can happen when you get a little bit too carried away as well. It is an interesting thing catching the bug. And before you know it, you have like a lighting setup and a DSLR.
Exactly that. And to be honest, I just happened to one day think like, well, if I'm gonna do this, I may as well put some effort in, like, and pick a schedule and stick to it, and like try and learn as I'm going along. I like watch people like Peter McKinnon showing how he makes these like crazy videos, and I can't do that, but at least I can learn from how he's working and what he's doing, like, and how I can think about what I'm doing.
So what's your schedule? How often do you post?
Monday, Friday at the minute.
I saw that you actually got a schedule. I noticed that on your channel. Yeah. How do you like doing that? I mean, isn't that kind of stressful?
Well, it is a little stressful sometimes. I kind of try and batch record and get a couple of weeks in advance, so it's not so stressful. But I don't know, like, it gives me something to do. Like, one of the reasons I started this when I came here is like, I came here, I didn't know anyone. I didn't really speak the language. And I needed an excuse to go outside. So I'll be like, oh, I'm going to go to this place. I'm going to go make a video here. It gave me a reason to go places. And yeah, like when I first came here, that was a big thing. Like, oh, I'm going to go to Osaka today. Why? Oh, I'll go make a video about this thing that I've seen. And yeah, that was kind of a way to branch out from my apartment and learn the outside world. So that was one of the things that was really useful.
So Akashi has 300,000 people population.
That's news to me.
But 20 million octopuses.
Which is not that small, but I guess in Japan it's relatively small.
Relatively small.
Yeah.
Definitely like a family and old people kind of town. There's not a lot here, to be honest with you. But like Kobe's not far, and Osaka's maybe.
So do you stand out as a foreigner?
Yeah, there are a couple of us here. Like I keep bumping into other foreigners, but not like a daily thing. So I live in like the
There
area.
can only be one.
Yeah, exactly, Highlander, and I'm like, but when I came here, like the old people just like, what is this guy? Cause like I'm a big dude with a beard and piercings, and they must be like, what is this guy doing in Akashi? Why is he?
How tall are you?
I'm not tall. I'm just wide. Like 5'10", maybe. Not tall.
Well, you're not short. I mean, you're tall in Japan.
You get to qualify as tall in Japan. Yeah, 5'10". Yeah.
So, but yeah, just like this big dude walking around, like, especially if I'm talking to the camera, they're like, what is this guy doing? So, I don't know.
Well, you do get a bit of diplomatic immunity for walking around with the camera that Japanese people, probably in a small town like that, would not feel comfortable. So that's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, people give me a wide berth here. Like, it's like, well, leave him to it. Let him go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's not that impressive if you're a vlogger to talk to a camera in public, but it's amazing how many people are impressed by that. I mean, I do it all the time. I walk around, and I've seen Hiko walking around with a camera and talking.
Yeah.
Oh, strong zero. Well,
Yes, come by.
I'll match you with some. I just had a couple, but I'll match you with some whiskey here. Maybe something from your country, single malt.
Oh, I love it. Very
Yes.
popular.
But it's amazing how whenever I do that, I always get the odd comment like, "I can't believe you're talking in public. Aren't you embarrassed?" Well, yeah. If I thought about it, maybe, but
Just kind of autopilot after. I mean, the first few days, like first few videos or whatever, you're kind of conscious about it. Like, especially if you're doing it in like a closed area. Well, like the restaurant is a big one. Like, filming in the restaurant,
like in the toilet, or what are you talking about?
Yeah, no, that's just different channel. But like if I'm in like a restaurant or something and there's people eating and just, like I'm shouting at the camera is a bit much for me sometimes. But like out on the street, I think it's fair game. Like,
and I guess there's one thing, at least with Kansai, people are generally one difference you'd notice if you come to Tokyo is that the streets are quiet, the trains are quiet. And when I went to Osaka, when I went to Kansai for work, it's like everywhere you hear people laughing and talking loudly. And to me, that was actually really strange within Japan, because I just had the idea all of Japan is always super quiet. But I guess that must make it easier, at least down there, where people are generally always sort of making noise.
I've done so real quick. I've got a Japanese for Morons teaching channel where I teach J News, just interesting channel, and it's pretty useful. I learn a lot just making the videos, but the last 3 in J News have all been from Osaka. Just murders, crazy murders. And
I keep seeing this stuff myself. I'm like, whoa, is this the same Osaka? Like,
Osaka's just, I mean, I don't want to say that's a good sign of health there, but yeah. I mean, it's interesting, but it's also, I guess, a little bit more dangerous in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Not that Tokyo people aren't, I mean, there's more of them. So
Tokyo's got suburbs and stuff like that pop up over and over again. But yeah, generally, we kind of look at Kyushu and Osaka and think, what are those guys doing?
Yeah, it's definitely a different kind of atmosphere. Like, I've been to Tokyo. I only went once for a friend's wedding, but like, it just felt different to Osaka for sure.
Yeah, which actually, like, so as a New Zealander, when I went to Osaka, and when I talk with Osaka friends, I find it a lot like the things I like about Osaka, the same things that I like about Australia.
What?
I think people are.
But you don't like Australia.
Well, I make fun of Australia, but that's my job as a New Zealander. I'm
You're always taking the piss out of Australia.
No, but if I left Japan, I'd live in Australia. I mean, I'm half Australian myself. So the thing is, like, New Zealanders are very self-conscious. We're basically.
You would rather live in Australia than New Zealand?
Oh, of course. I mean, I would never support their sports teams, but I'd live there and take their social welfare. I mean, so basically, I mean, Australia's like cheaper. It's got better weather. It's got great food. The women are really much better looking. It's got a lot going for it, which New Zealand's just got sheep and bad weather and Lord of the Rings. I mean, it's okay for a visit.
Well, if you're into sheep, it'd be superior country.
Well, then you wouldn't leave, So, but the thing about Australians, so New Zealanders are very self-conscious people. Which I think people in northern Japan tend to be more. Whereas, Australians, everyone in Australia thinks that they're a comedian, which is like really annoying to New Zealanders or to my New Zealand friends. But I'm not Australian.
I do get that feeling, yeah.
But, you go down to Osaka and it's like everyone's like that. They're all like, hey, what are you doing? You got a camera? Are you talking to the camera? What are you doing?
Amazing for that. Like, Himeji is just the next level. Every time I go there to make a video, someone tries to be in the video and be like, oh yeah, I've got a big dick. Like, cool, that's awesome for my view. Good job.
Well, that's it. You don't get that in Tokyo, and you know, so again, there'll be a lot of Tokyo people that go down to Osaka and see people like that, and they go, "Ooh." But for me, I actually like that about Osaka people. That's what I like about Australia as well. Actually, I think people are much more open.
Like in Osaka, everyone's kind of, especially like the older ones. They just got to the point where they don't give a fuck anymore, and those guys are funny. Like,
yeah, no, I think it's cool actually when you get to hang out with people like that, and I like it when those guys come to Tokyo, and you hang out with them here. But I think you're in a good part of Japan actually. For you know, if you're going to like Tohoku, for example, it can be really hard to make friends just because people are just kind of quiet and reserved. It's like Northern Scotland kind of culture.
yeah, they're like, leave me alone.
Yeah, it's like, don't talk to me. But Osaka is really good.
That reminds me, Hiko used to ask a question. We haven't done this regularly for a while, but one question Hiko used to often ask is, tell us a strange story about some experience hanging out with the locals or something that's happening in Japan.
Specifically in Himeji, like I recently made a video about being fat in Japan because, like, you know, I'm fat in Japan. So one day I was like walking to work, headphones on, minding my own business, and some like tiny little crutched old lady stopped me in the street like an emergency. I'm like, all right, what's up? I don't really speak Japanese, but what? And she told me in her politest tone that, I don't know if you're aware, but you're quite fat. I'm like, no, I am. I was buttered. And the conversation went. She told
you
me,
ate
like,
her, right?
Yeah. I got left with a predicament. I'm like, oh, should I be insulted? Like, what's going on? She told me I should go to the doctor and get some pills or something. I'm like, cool, cheers. And then, like, she looked homeless as well. Like, definitely looked homeless. She had like a bag with a load of carrier bags and stuff. She pulled out a branch from a tree with some like old oranges on it and like gave it to me. Like, there you go. And like, I left with a predicament. I'm a fat guy. I can't be taking food off some homeless looking old lady. Like, people see that. What are they going to think? Like,
get arrested.
I were allergic to oranges. Like, that's what I told her. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm allergic to oranges. And she went on a merry little way, and I was just baffled for the rest of the day.
When you said she pulled out a stick, I was worried she was about to beat the fat out of you.
Yeah, maybe. That would have probably been a better story. But like, it was like literally a full twig, like leaves and everything, and some old ass oranges. Like,
well, some people like to keep the leaves in the stalk. So I suppose some people just like to go further than that.
Yeah, but yeah, that was
maybe it was Ikebana. Maybe she was doing some flower arrangement.
Some orange arrangement.
Orange arrangement, yeah.
But yeah, that was a fun story. Like, that was a cool one. That's just par for the course in Himeji, though. Like, those guys are weird.
So, how has your weight changed since you've come to Japan? Has it affected it at all? A lot of people like lose or gain.
I mean, I've lost some weight, but it wasn't like conscious. Like, it wasn't trying to lose weight.
So you're okay with the food? You can eat everything.
Yeah, much. I mean, like, I'm not so keen on sushi, like, which is a weird thing to say when you come to Japan. Like the raw fish and the cold fish and stuff. Like, it's not for me. I can eat it, but I'm not bothered. And I hate natto. I'm not a fan of natto at all. Everything else is kind of cool.
They don't really eat natto down in Akashi, though, do they? I mean, like West Japan, traditionally, they're not so big on
that. It's like
natto.
a breakfast thing. It's like a staple here. Like, but like for me, like, I'm not a fan at all. I tried it once. I'm like, nah, you're all right. Yeah. It's up there with like escargots foods. I'm gonna never eat again.
You've got to get used to it. Yeah, and you know, I trained myself to eat natto, and now I like it. I really like it now. But it took a good 6 months of eating it. I just
don't have the commitment in me. That's the problem.
My son likes it, so I must admit, if it's put in front of me, I can eat it, but I would not order it by choice. But if you reach that 3rd year Baoshock and that 5-year do I aim for permanent residence stage, you'll probably somewhere have to make peace with natto.
Yeah, it's like I accept it as a thing, but I don't accept it as a thing for me. Like, it's a difference.
Lifestyle choice.
I changed my mind. I changed my mind about a lot of stuff. Like when I first came here, eating most of the stuff that I eat on a daily basis now, we're just like, whoa, this is so weird. What do you mean it's not fried potato? Like, I don't get it. So yeah, I don't know. Generally, I did lose weight at first because suddenly, like in England, I lived in rural England, I had to drive everywhere. So suddenly, like walking around and getting the trains every day, and you know, you'd naturally lose weight like that. And the food generally, as long as you don't go out your way to find like terrible food, like it's generally on the whole a bit healthy. So I was eating.
So you're from North England, so you're like in the gravy and chips and stuff like that.
Yeah, gravy and chips is a staple.
Right. So I
Like,
guess
when you go down to the south of England and they don't have gravy and chip shop, like, what are you guys even doing?
vinegar or something. Yeah.
Yeah, vinegar.
So not having access to that must have been a big help as well.
Yeah. So of course, like when you don't live 5 minutes from the nearest chip shop, it's a bit easier not to eat chips every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what do you eat now?
To be honest, like with my work schedule, I tend to just eat like random stuff, like whatever's near the school. And
Random stuff.
oh, okay, there's a bento shop here. I'll go there and I don't know, like sukiya or some summit, like basically cheap food. And I'm like, since I came here, like, I can't cook, so I'm learning to cook.
Really?
Yeah, I'm learning to cook, like slowly. Like, shout out to my girlfriend because she's like, you need to learn to cook. So she's showing me how to make like.
No, you got to say that's what you're for, honey.
Yeah, exactly. She'd kick my ass. But yeah, like day one stuff, like how do you make spaghetti? It's like, to me, that's rocket science. So
oh, really? Oh, okay.
Kind of trained me up for that one.
When you think about all the engineering that goes into a microwave, it could be viewed that way.
Like for the first 6 months, that's what you do, though, isn't it? Like, oh, convenience.
A microwave?
Yeah, I mean, if you just
you make spaghetti in a microwave.
Well, that's how the Italians do it. I come from a place with similar food culture, actually, to Dan. So you'll have to.
You know, the Italians just had an election and they're trying to keep foreigners out, and I don't blame them now. But
yeah, I can see why now.
In New Zealand, growing up, spaghetti came exclusively in a can with like tomato sauce, and you would just microwave it and eat it.
Same with beans.
Children in America eat that, but I really shouldn't be defending anything America does because we have the fattest people in the world. So
I don't know. Some English dudes are catching you up. I think like
there's good competition there. Yeah.
I think America's number one. Australia's up there too. So is Germany.
Australia's, yeah.
Canada. I think the Brits are. You guys are still like in maybe top 10. But
I think if we had more people, like it's not a case of the weight. It's just if we had more people, like
more people and better tasting food. Let's be honest.
Well, let's be fair. Like English,
I hear that all the time, but you know, but then I hear that that's changed. That's not that way anymore.
Nah, it is. But like students always ask me like, what food's popular from England? And I'm like, we've got fish and chips. Like, what else do we got?
Embarrassing to say.
Chips and gravy.
Yeah, chips and gravy. I'm always like, well, the most popular food in England's Indian curry. So like, whatever.
Yeah. But you do have something on Sundays that you have that Sunday.
Oh, Sunday lunch, right? Yeah. Like
I've had that. That was amazing. I really enjoyed that. It cost quite a bit, but yeah, I had a good whatever that's called. I forgot what it's called.
Roast. Yeah.
Yeah, really nice. Hey, let me ask you about your beard and your piercings and how the Japanese deal with you, because you have a job at a regular English school, right? Like a typical. But you have piercings.
I take them out for work.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That was okay. Well, that explains that. What about the beard?
How do you take the beard out for work?
Like the rules for the Ikawa, they were like, okay, a short beard is acceptable, but growing one isn't. So I've always had a beard. Like they don't like the stubble.
Yeah.
As winters come along, I've got away with growing it out because it's cold. Like I'm waiting for them. They're gonna complain about it soon. I'm just kind of waiting to see where that limit is.
Right. Testing their limits. Well, you can point out that right now, I mean, beards have kind of, so again, we've been kind of in a frozen cultural time zone where I feel like Back to the Future, like I got into a car in 1998 and I arrived in, here in 2017. And to me, the rest of the world is still 1998. So I go, when I see little snapshots outside of Japan, I see, beards are popular or tattoos are popular.
Beards are really popular in the USA. Everyone's got them. They're like huge beards, everyone. England too, I guess.
Yeah, well, for me, it's kind of useful because it hides the double chins and stuff. So, but like ever since I could have a beard, I've had some kind of facial hair. Yeah. Like always had something. So, and I guess like you get used to it. So,
I had a goatee actually, same color as yours as well when I was in college, when I was at university.
So Hiko, why don't you grow a beard?
I could. I don't know, but they're just a hassle to look after. I found just trimming it to stop it growing over your lip and stuff like that. I just found the grooming is a pain.
What's the worst?
The grooming, the trimming, stopping it growing over your lip and stuff like that. I mean, obviously you don't mind, but mine's actually same color and it grows out that thick as well with me, and it's kind of cool. But it just became easier just to shave it, for me at some point.
I think if I ever got to the point where I did shave, I'd just shave all the time. Like, It's like a bad habit. Just keep it.
So Hiko, you're telling me you don't have to have that face, but you still you choose that to. Well, that's you could be cool, but you choose not to be. That's interesting.
I make choices I make choices and I regret them. That's what I do. I know that it is a thing as well that, you know, if I want people to think I'm going to beat the shit out of them, given that I've gone thin on top, I probably should actually do the goatee just so I look like a bouncer.
Oh, okay, that's a snazzy hat.
Except I got the headphone on,
Nice.
so it doesn't quite work. There we go. Maybe that's gonna be tough. All right. Well, anyway, I'd like to see a beard. In fact, with Hanami coming up on April 7th,
Oh
why don't you consider blessing us with a beard? Yeah, April 7th, by the way. April 7th, we have the Hanami coming up. Any chance you can get up there?
I'm actually one of my friends. His family's coming over, so I'm covering like a load of his shifts that time. And of course, being like the Eikaiwa thing, we work when everyone else is not working, right? So probably not going to be a thing this year, but you know, the anime comes every year, right? So
it does, but I'll tell you, if you want to lift your YouTube game, the Hanami is like the best way to get networked and have everybody like shouting out and promoting your channel and meeting other people who share your kind of drug addiction that we have.
Yeah, the YouTubers. It's always cool to meet YouTubers as well, because like you've instantly got something in common. One of my good friends who I made here, he's actually gone home now, but I met him just because we both had a YouTube channel in this area, and then we kind of hung out a lot. And yeah, like he's doing really well now. He's making videos about learning Finnish or something. I don't really know what he's doing now, but he's a cool guy. You know, shout out Alexi himself if he's watching.
What's his name, Alexi?
Alexi himself. I studied at Kobe University for like a year. They made videos about Japan while he was here, and then he kind of went back to Finland and where he lives and makes videos about learning Finnish these days. So, but that guy's cool. He's a cool guy.
Yeah. But it's also nice to have someone to share the hobby with, like the camera stuff, the how do you do it, that conversation. It's kind of nice to have people to engage with about that. So
yeah, it's always fun.
Things that like getting access to these kind of things. Like the problem with my job, like the job's easy, like it's not rocket science, but it's the fact that like the work-life balance is super hard, and especially when you're trying to fit in like YouTube and trying to get to events and stuff, like you really got to pick your battles with it. Like,
yeah, I understand.
Hopefully, I don't know. I should really do something else. Like,
so
how was a chance? Yeah, April 7th. If you get a chance.
April 7th. Everybody who can make it in Tokyo Yogi Park, April 7th. Mark it in your calendar. And it is going to be perfect timing, as it turns out. It's going to be like peak of the cherry blossom. So
and it won't be freezing. It's already getting warm. It's already
like
up, so.
It's been getting there, right? So
this time of year, it's all up and down, but definitely you'll need warm clothes. Question for you, Dan. So where is your channel at right now? Like, I should look it up. I think I've got it open in my browser. How many subscribers?
2,300 subs or so.
Oh, really? That's more than I thought. Yeah, I got I hit 2,000. My goal was to hit 2,000 before 2 years in Japan, and I hit it in January. So I'm pretty stoked about that. So I think like YouTube's definitely like once you grow quicker, and it kind of takes off, right?
Yeah.
I think I've just hit 200 videos or something. So something like that, and I got a decent group of people that watch kind of all the videos and comment all the time. And
good.
And your channel looks really good. I mean, I like all your thumbnails and stuff like that.
Your thumbnails are really good.
That side of it.
Sorry?
Learning like the art, because I never used Photoshop in my life, and learning how to make a thumbnail and learning how to like make channel art and logos and stuff, and kind of growing that as you go along. So I've gone through like 5 stages of different thumbnails and different artwork. Every now and then I'll just be like, okay, I want to change. I want to do it this way.
Yeah, you're using the what is it called? The Ray background.
Yeah.
I went through that stage.
Yeah, we all go through that stage.
Because with it being winter, I filmed a lot of videos like in my rooms in front of this wall.
Oh, I see.
And there's only so many interesting thumbnails you can make in front of the same background. Like, so, okay, let's just put some colors on it. Like maybe people like colors. I don't know.
Yeah, no, they're good. They're good.
This looks really good. So, I mean, everybody, I should have already noticed, immediately beneath the video right now is a link to his channel. If you're watching this video, please click on the link below the video, go check his channel out, and go hit that subscribe button. Go bash it over there and check him out, because he's you can see it's a channel you're posting regularly. You're putting out polished content. It looks
yeah. I'm gambaroing. What
kind of camera do you have?
So usually I film on what is it called? Canon EOS basic cheap one.
That's good.
Yes.
No, it's good. Very clear. Good
Yeah,
quality.
like, it's okay.
No,
And
it's good. 720. I'm surprised at 720. It looks better.
yeah, I mean, I think it fake 1080 basically is what I think.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like when I'm out and about, I kind of use my iPhone most of the time for like B-roll and then
That
talking
works.
into the big
That
camera.
works. You know, it really does.
But I'm always trying to up my game. Like the biggest problem with the camera is there's no flip out screen. So I don't know if I'm in focus like 90% of the time.
You're gonna need a camera with a flip out screen.
It's crazy. So like literally I uploaded a video today, which will go live on Monday. I'm outside a concert venue yesterday and I'm talking away at camera. I'm not in focus at all.
Yeah.
And I just put a picture of one of the bands I went to see and be like, enjoy this picture instead. Like, so that's a big struggle. But yeah, I mean, like that's the biggest frustration. I've got like a top mount, what do you call it, microphone and the Gorilla Pod and yeah, trying to do that. So I just happened to have that camera. I got it for when I was in England, but I never used it. I just brought it to Japan, and then one day when I started doing the YouTube, I'm like, oh, this is going to be useful. So I use that.
Cool.
Well, good. Yeah. No, your quality is good though, so that's important.
Yeah, I mean,
it's half the battle right there.
especially with the the YouTube thing like you guys were talking about. I mean, I watched one of these videos that you did with Tokyo Bree. I'm not sure.
Tokyo BB, right?
Yeah. So I watched that one maybe last week or something.
Oh, we should talk about that. By the way, who got? Well, you're talking about people who were on the risk. They were
That just happened, right?
on the verge of losing their monetization, right?
Mm.
So you were okay, right?
Yeah.
I think we talked.
Like,
right?
I made a video. I did a live stream about it, and I was like, for me, like, okay, I'm safe this time, but they may move the goalpost again. Who knows? But I don't know. Like for me, it's kind of a motivational thing. It's like, okay, you can kind of work harder, and if you really want it, like, it's there. They're not going to stop it for everyone. You just got to do more to get to where you're going. Like,
yeah, and it makes sense in some ways as well. I mean, they're spending money to actually set up the monetization and maintain it and all that sort of stuff. So you're having a certain, having a certain threshold for that anyway. And it's cool. I mean, obviously, it's also good to see on the other hand though as well that you do hear from a lot of people that they try really hard, but their channels don't take off and they get frustrated by that. But I think you can see looking at your channel that, you put effort, people can see the effort that you're putting into your videos. I'm guessing that's why you're getting this nice curve.
I think as long as you if you've got a schedule and you stick to it, people get used to checking that time. And if the algorithm, I guess, whatever it's doing these days, seems to favor regular content. So I always thought that was important. And engaging with people, that's the other thing. Just if somebody leaves you, I mean, probably different for you guys. You get thousands of comments, but I don't get so many. So it's nice to just be like, oh, okay, cheers for watching. Like, what do you reckon? And be a bit more accessible, I guess. I'm just a normal dude making videos. That's all it is. So when I see people commenting oh, I always get this same thing oh, I'm from England too, and it's really inspiring to see. I'm like, well, if I can do it, what's stopping you? If I can do it, anyone can do it, basically.
Yeah. No. I think that's what it's always been like. And the whole thing that started out, it was just a social network. There was nothing else to it other than making a video and joining in the comments with everybody. Yeah.
And video responses and stuff back in the day was a big thing.
And video responses, I still wish they had video responses. Actually,
I wish they really fun. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was really good. And you could just responses video, boom, 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 and link it through and do it properly. But I don't know, it
was always funny.
It's a big topic
because you get all these video responses. What happens is you get the famous, the top tier YouTubers with 1 million views. And people would just make up random video responses just for the attention, And sometimes they would
they would link videos that had nothing to do with it just to get.
Well, they do that.
It's easy to abuse, though. That was the problem, right? So,
but the people, they could create and they could remove the video responses if it was, too obvious. But at the same time, I discovered a lot of really entertaining channels from people who were just trying very hard, but were actually being very entertaining in trying to be hard and actually made really excellent video responses to very popular videos. I'm pretty sure that's where I first saw Victor. I think I saw him in these global conversations. So I always had an idea that Victor was, not in Japan when I first became aware of his channel because
I initially didn't make videos about Japan. I was talking to those people too. I mean, I saw other people doing video responses and talking about other topics all over the world, and I wanted to get in on that conversation. That's what I started doing video responses.
Yeah. I must admit that would be really cool. The problem is nowadays, Coca-Cola puts a video up on YouTube. They don't want people responding to it saying that's poison, which is what will happen now.
I mean, it is poison. So,
well,
let me drink some more whiskey. There we go.
Yeah.
Speaking of poison.
Speaking of poison.
Well, see, my wife's family, they love Coca-Cola. We're having a party tomorrow for my daughter's birthday, right? And we bought all these liters of Coca-Cola, and I'm thinking, why do they drink that shit? My wife's like, you drink strong zero. You can't say anything.
Yes, we're not on the moral high ground.
That's true. I have no moral high ground. Strong zero destroyed that. But.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's hard to have a moral stance sat drinking double lemon strong zero.
Well, Coca-Cola goes okay with bourbon anyway.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. So I see your channel. You're getting about 150 subs a month.
Yeah.
I'm predicting you'll do better this month. Thanks.
I hope so.
Thanks to the Oyaji power. People watching this video, don't let us down. Please subscribe, Dan, right now.
But over the years, so many channels that I've spotted on your guys say so, and I'm like, well, these guys are cool, and it's kind of nice to be on the other side of that where I'm like, oh, maybe somebody's gonna find my channel now. That's kind of rad.
So you're saying you think you're cool? What you're saying?
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm moderately cool. I would go for.
Well, a lot of interviewers, they try to find someone famous to interview, but we do the exact opposite.
Yeah, we try to find the least.
We try to find nobodies.
That's the best thing.
But in the future, they're going to be bigger. We're hoping.
Yeah, I mean, it just must be it's like, from my perspective, it's awesome that somebody that's been doing it as long as you guys and with the reach and stuff you've got that's willing to even do that. Because most big YouTubers are not going to be spending their time okay, is this guy with
You're completely right. Most people are selfish sons of bitches, and I just want everyone watching to realize how generous that we are.
No, that's wrong. I disagree with you, Victor. We are selfish sons of bitches. What we are hoping is that you are going to become the white Sheffield Michael Jackson 5 years from now.
Start wearing one glove.
And people will come in and see that we gave you the big break. And give us all the credit.
Victor Hiko were talking about that, dude. Yeah. Well, stranger things have happened.
I've given quite a few people big breaks, but I've yet to get the shout out back. So, but I'm still got my fingers crossed. It's gonna happen someday.
Well, I promise you guys, if I ever make it,
someone's not gonna say I've never met that guy. I don't know who that guy is.
It's okay. I already actually have the written Academy Award acceptance speech, which I'll just email to them when they're ready to do it. And just all of this, none of this would have been possible if I hadn't been featured on Victor's and Hiko's show.
Exactly.
I think I wrote it actually Hiko's and Victor's show.
Oh, it's like that.
Yeah, it's all set. So
quick time out, if you don't mind. Speaking of little guys, no, I think it's important to try to mention little guys, and especially people who are struggling, and because it's depressing if no one's paying attention.
For sure.
For sure. You're making videos and no one notices you're there. But in the last month or so, a lot of people were on the verge of losing their monetization, and I honestly don't think it's that big a deal, but it is. It just feels good if you keep it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, one of the guys you've been helping, Higgins in Japan, right?
Yeah, he's in the comments right now.
That guy, he's a cool guy.
Yeah, Andrew Higgins, and he's funny.
Yeah, he's a funny dude. And I did a collab with him and Critical Eats Japan when I first came to Japan, and that's how I got that first boost.
Oh, really? I didn't know you knew each other. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've never met him in real life, but through the YouTube thing and Twitter and stuff, we talk, and that guy's cool.
Yeah, I hung out with him one day. We went down to we walked around Tokyo one day with a guy dressed with a German guy dressed in a black dress and a pink wig.
Yeah,
but we had a good time. He's a good guy.
Yeah, it sounded and he's one of the guys I think he's making good stuff, but nobody's paying enough attention. I always think, oh man, you should get more than you get.
He's too modest. He's not enough of an asshole. That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, he's fine.
Chris Broad is a real asshole. Have you ever met him? He's a super asshole, and that's why he does so well.
Yeah,
and I mean that as a compliment.
Yeah, in a nice way, you're an asshole.
In the nicest way that you can be an asshole, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, the other thing that you're doing correctly is also it is a marathon. You know, it does build up over time. You don't always get the recognition that you deserve.
No, like sometimes I put a lot of effort into a video and it does nothing.
Oh no, that's why.
Exactly.
That's
Then I'll go
serious,
this
that's all.
time. I'll literally point my cell phone at something in a convenience store. Best video on my channel.
Yep.
Like, whatever. It is what it is.
It's completely true. It's stuff that you work really hard work at.
People are basically wrong. You know, that's the thing. They don't understand the effort that we put into some of these videos, and they'll all click on the dumbest, stupidest thing that you thought, should I even post this? I mean, this is just stupid. Oh, I'll just put one. And that's like your best video.
The convenience store video, literally on the way back from a full day of filming a cool video, and I was like, okay, I'll just point my phone at stuff, and like, this is a convenience store, whatever. And that's far and out one of the best videos on my channel. Like,
speaking of people who do that, there's a guy we haven't mentioned on this channel in a long time, japanchannel.com.
oh, yes.
Oh, how's he doing?
Yeah, I don't know. but I know he points his camera at everything and just puts them up. And I know he's got a pretty huge channel views wise.
Mega popular, yeah.
Yeah. But a lot of it, Hiko and I are convinced is the channel name. He picked a good channel name. But,
Yeah.
japanchannel.com.
Must have been that early doors.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's part of it.
Well, I mean, so credit to the guy. I mean, and setting aside, as a creator, as someone who owns a YouTube channel, when we had a couple of these YouTube parties, everyone would come up to me and say the first J-vlogger I ever followed was japanchannel.com and Victor.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah,
wow, that's an interesting combination. But it shows that, actually sometimes it's the simple stuff that you think, no, I'm not going to bother filming that piece of dog shit on the sidewalk. Sometimes it's funny. There are just lots of people that just want to see.
Many times I'm so tempted to say, "Oh, my dad! Today we're talking about this piece of bread over here in Japan," and there's some bullshit. Of course, that's a horrible accent.
1 million views right there.
But just pretend that everything is super exciting.
Yeah, like that's a thing as well. Like the overly everything's super awesome kind of attitude that some people have. Like, I get it, but some stuff is not awesome, basically.
There's a guy named Soeji Max.
Wow.
He's a Japanese guy, right? SOZZIMAX, and his most popular videos, and he's an amazing filmmaker. He gets a cast together and they film amazing videos, really, and lots of special effects and shit. Amazing, but his most popular videos are his sister's cat attacking him. Going, and he's just filming like, oh, this cat hates me.
Sorry, where can I find that video?
Amazing video. I mean, he's got amazing talent. They're so good. But it's just cat videos that do the best. Yeah.
You are asking about the japanchannel.com, and I just tried typing it in just to see how he's doing. He is on exactly 100,050 subscribers, and he is posting every day. And he's still posting just stuff that he sees, and they're hugely popular. So power to the guy.
I think some people like that realism of it. Like, I mean, like when you're somewhere and you're talking in front of a camera, it's like watching a TV show. But if you're just pointing a camera and walking around and doing nothing, like the immersion kind of thing, maybe people are into that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he's got lazy sperm in Japan and so on. He's got kind of some of the old tricks, but no, he's
What did you say? Lazy sperm in Japan?
Like the last week ago, he posted a video called "Lazy Sperm in Japan?" ?
Well, that's clickbait. Like.
He's still pulling all the tricks. Dangerous old people in Japan. He's pulling the old tricks, but he's doing it every day. I mean, holy crap! That's
lazy sperm in Japan. Yeah, I'm sure that's not monetized, but
as long as it gets people in, like
that could be about me. I don't know. Let's see.
Could well be, but no. But this is the thing. I mean, he's done a really awesome job of just building up. I know he considers himself still to be a little guy, but no, he's kicking ass with what he's doing. Although I respect people who also do what you do and try to present the content interestingly,
and people who try to edit something.
Yeah, you don't need to edit when you're live streaming though. Like that's why people live stream, right?
Yeah.
That's one reason. Yeah. I don't know. Live stream is kind of sometimes stressful.
Yeah, I mean, whenever I've live streamed, I always end up on some mad tangent. Like
that's what live streams are for.
Yeah, And
Well, yeah, you can't edit anything, so.
yeah, be like, what was I talking about again? Yeah, whatever. Let's talk about this now. I made the mistake of doing like when I was like a small channel. Like I'm still a small channel, but I was like super small, like 200 subs or something. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna live stream and do it. Like, ask me anything. And you sat there for like 30 minutes and there's nobody there. Like, sick. That were a great idea. But you know, it is what it is. You have to learn. You make mistakes, and then you're like, okay, I'm not doing that again. And then you work out another way to do it, and that's the whole point, right?
So Radri's got a problem that he always runs into neo-Nazis live streaming.
Really?
Apparently.
Is still a thing?
Maybe.
Because he's a dirty Jew? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I have no idea what his ethnic background is. So, but
There goes the monetization.
not that would change anything. No, I like Radri, and even if he's Jewish, of course. There's no way I could. You should never mention Jews or any ethnic group when you're live streaming. By the way, just get caught in that and say already Hikosaemon's feeling uncomfortable.
I guess it was my fault for drawing attention to the comment, but
no, really, I don't know why neo-Nazis would be after him in particular. You know?
I mean, those guys are just pissed off at the world, like whatever.
Yeah, I saw some neo-Nazi get interviewed about Trump. He's like, I like Trump, but I can't believe he let a dirty Jew marry his daughter. It's like, oh my god, what a son of a bitch! I can't believe this guy.
I'm guessing they look at my thumbnails and think I'm already on their side.
It's a horrible human being to say something so anti-Semitic. I mean, I never understood anti-Semitism, but
It's a form of mental illness, honestly. It's retarded people saying retarded things.
I like your beard though. That's cool.
Just, I agree with myself.
Yeah, I can't grow one that's thick anymore, you know. And even if it does come out, it's just kind of white. So that'll come to
yeah,
you.
I think that'll catch me one day. But I'm gonna still try and rock it. So see what happens.
What? Tell us something else about Akashi, because I can't imagine. I feel like you're out in the country.
Yeah, Akashi is famous.
What?
The old
bridge,
version of
Takoyaki bridge.
That's right, famous. Big,
like kind of a long ass suspension bridge, basically.
Okay.
And you can do a tour. I did a video where I went on like a guided tour. They take you right to the top, and you can. That's kind of a cool view. But yeah, but technically that's Maiko, which is arguably Kobe. So, but it's called Akashi Kaikuhashi. So whatever.
Okay.
But there's not a lot here. When I came here, I was super excited because I like from the train. It looks like it's a cool castle on the hill. Like, yo, I've never seen a Japanese castle. So after a couple of days of being here, I walked up the hill and got there, and it's literally just a wall. Like, oh, cool, wall, nice one. So the best thing we have is a castle wall, I guess. So,
I've never done a video on Nagoya Castle.
I went to Nagoya Castle, but didn't go inside. I'm keeping a tradition. I've just never been inside a Japanese castle.
I cannot promote an elevator castle.
Yeah,
I mean, come on, it's got an elevator.
Yeah.
There's
to keep
no
people out, right?
samurais riding elevators.
That would have been cool back in there, convenient. Like, that's pretty good. But like, I got to the door and it was like, nah, I'm just not going inside. Whatever.
The outside is beautiful. I used to jog
It
around
was
it.
cool.
I used to live right up the street. But
Like, I spend a lot of time in Himeji for work, and their castle is awesome too.
oh,
But
that's a really famous castle. That one.
Yeah, so like, I'm keeping a tradition where I'm just never going inside a Japanese castle now. Like, I just never do it. I don't know why. But one day, maybe. I don't know.
There are some good ones. Well, Osaka's got some good ones. Kyushu's got some good ones. But the Nagoya one's actually pretty well looked after.
Yeah. Which one?
The Nagoya,
The golden
the Nagoya Castle is rebuilt. It's completely rebuilt.
Yeah.
But I heard they're gonna like tone it back and go.
And they're gonna tear it down and rebuild it out of wood.
I heard that. Like,
yeah, it's gonna cost $20 million.
Sometimes it's just like, what? What are you talking about? And then you're like, oh yeah, it's Japan. Yeah, all right, fair enough.
Yeah, well, they're planning on that, but it should improve. I mean, Nagoya has often rated as the most boring city in Japan.
See, I enjoyed Nagoya when I went there.
No, it's a great place to live, but it's like Cleveland, you know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay.
Or all of New Zealand. I don't know. Just
It's like,
it's a great place to live, but why would you go there?
yeah.
so,
I feel like defending New Zealand against that comment, but yes. Yeah. But it's the thing,
I would defend it.
Hey, what are your gun laws like in England? And I'm pretty sure I know that in England, none of the cops have guns.
Do they? I
I
don't
think they
know.
don't, and you rarely have shootings, but you do have people in the country with rifles that shoot birds and shit, right? And
Yeah,
foxes.
yeah, yeah. I mean, like my own stepdad's got a gun license, and he goes like not hunting, but he goes like target practice and stuff. So yeah, guns exist, but it's kind of like the police come around and check that he's locked it up correctly and shit like this all the time.
In Japan too, you can get a gun here, but you've got to keep the ammo and the gun separated, and you got to apply for the license. And they come by and they'll check anytime they want.
So they just come into like the school classes and they check that, like
What about New Zealand? What's it like there?
Pretty much the same as England. When I was a kid, I mean, Dad was in the army, so we always had rifles, and it used to just be that you'd get a license and you'd register at the police station. They wouldn't come by the house. I imagine. Hopefully, they're checking now about security and that it's locked up and stuff like that.
And you don't have incidents like we do in the States.
We've had. I mean, we had a mass shooting 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
I mean,
we had 20 this year, at least.
Yeah.
I don't know, like as an outsider looking in on that, it's just like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, like when England we had the school shooting and stuff. Oh God, I can't remember what it was, like Dunblane or something. I can't remember what it was. And then people like got mad and stuff changed. And then it seems like every other week something's going off. Like, kind of crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a big.
It's its own debate. Like
it's a can of worms.
Right or wrong, but it's just kind of from an outside perspective. Like, whoa. I don't know. I just feel bad for people, man.
What's the biggest problem with England? Why do you hate England? Why did you leave it? Why do you hate England?
I hate England. It's just, I hated my life in England. Like,
so you're happier in Japan.
Yeah. Like, I definitely feel like I made the right choice. Like, even if I don't stay in Japan forever, which to be honest, I've got a feeling I'm going to be here for a long time. I'll probably not go back to England. I mean, like, I love my friends and my family and stuff, but I don't miss the place at all. It's got a big class divide, man. Like, and people are poor and people are starving, and food banks for nurses, and in
England,
there
are food banks for nurses.
Yeah, the NHS is it's on its ass, and basically, like, nurses can't afford to live, so they're going to food banks and stuff. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how true it is. I've not been there for a while, but to see that kind of, and like the whole like leaving Europe thing and the rise of the right wing and all this stuff, like, I can't be asked for that.
Yeah, you have the same problem we do. You have your own Trumpish.
See, when the Trump thing was happening, I was like, they're going to do it. Like, that's going to happen. People are like, no way. I'm like, it's coming. Just watch.
But you thought Trump would win?
I kind of watching it from like, I don't have any investment, but like, wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, the world's kind of going in that direction, it seems lately.
Yeah, like, everything's pulling apart again. Like, that's what's happening. So,
well, Japan's been pretty much the same the whole time. We've been here anyway.
Yeah, you always see the vans with the
I was driving. I got stuck. I took a wrong turn the other day and came to an apartment building that had one of those vans parked right in the apartment.
Yeah, you're living in a good neighborhood when you see those parked in front of the apartment buildings.
Well, it's probably like the Hell's Angels street in New York City, where it's safe on that street. Nobody fucks around on that street because they're too worried.
Enforced, man. Like,
yeah.
I got to wrap it up. We got to go.
Yeah.
Excellent having you on. Everyone go and subscribe. Very good meeting you, sir. I hope we'll get to meet you in person before too long.
Yeah, I hope so. For sure. I'll do my best to get out of Akashi once in a while.
Yeah. Or if you get down in Nagoya, well, let me know ahead of time, because I got
you got things, right?
Okay, things with the wife and everything.
It's not far, so yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah.
I'll try my best.
Or vice versa. My parents are coming, Hiko.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to mention this because I might bring them to the Hanami.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I'd love to meet your parents.
They're well. My dad will tell you the same story like 100 times.
But
he's got some good stories, just like me. The 30th, they're coming on the 30th of March, and they'll be here for a month.
That's some effort.
That's where they're retired, so they got nothing to do.
Okay.
And we got 2 kids. They got 2 grandkids now, so they
they want to hang out and see.
You got like 9, but I got 2 of them. So yeah. So that
cool.
will change. That's going to change my life.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I just wanted to say, like, cheers for letting me be part of this. Like, I've proper enjoyed it. So, Yeah, I proper appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
I'm glad you properly enjoy this because so many people just don't properly enjoy
Well, this is a Yorkshire thing. Proper light
our company.
on.
No, it's good. It's good meeting you, man. Seriously, we like taking the piss, but I know British people are good at taking the piss too. So
yeah, especially out of myself, we love that. Like,
oh yeah, we got to get you and R. Gary on sometime at the same time.
oh, that'd be great. I'd love to meet that guy. Like, I've watched his videos and he's watched some of mine, but I'd love to meet him.
Well, he's a lot of fun.
Talk to him in Yorkshire and see if anyone could have a fucking clue what we're on about.
What do you think, Hiko?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, let's do it. That'd be cool.
I think I'll have to do that show. We'll have to do that show with my laptop from an izakaya because I don't think he's allowed. I don't think he has potential to. I don't think he has a laptop. Number one, I think he shoots everything from his iPhone, and he's probably not allowed in my house.
Might have to do it at the train station or something.
But thanks a lot, man. Thanks everyone for watching.
Yeah,
Hiko, take us away.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us at JaDan. Everybody go and subscribe and like the video if you liked it, and see you next week. Hopefully, well, we'll be back with another 2.5 Oyajis again soon when we get someone else who wants to come and join us. So, peace.
Peace out.